who is gone and riding with his grandson. KE8SFS, Mark, KD8SLG, who went back to bed. He texted me in the window. So thank you, Nick. N9TNJJ AC8AT, John, K8MMY, Chris, KD8ZSH, Randy, KF, my apologies, K5 CFY, our friend Ray down there over there in Oklahoma, W8JX, WAJAX, and K8JAX. We'll get to you guys right after Jim. WB6 BJN, new call sign for me, by the way. KA8MNT, KB8LJ, and yours truly, as they say. All right, I'm going to send it over to Jim, and then right after Jim, we're going to take some mobile short-time check-ins. Jim, close us out, my friend. Hope you're having a great morning.
Well, thank you, Stephen. Yeah, and that new call is a WB6BJN. That's another Mark. Yeah, now we got a real dog pen. Mark. So, yeah, his wife is on a sabbatical down there enjoying herself, and he gives the weather report, #1 weather report. And so he joined the crowd here, so we made a spot for him. Sometimes we got plenty of time. Sometimes I get long-winded like I am now, and we run out of time. There's still a few in there that I should have got to that I didn't. But they'll excuse me. You got to make space for an old man with tired, broke, hungry, old, fat, and ugly. You make room for him, make exceptions. So, Stephen, I'm going to turn it back to you, and I'm going to head for the kitchen and see if I can get me some more bacon-flavored oatmeal. Keep me healthy, not wealthy. Well, wealthy eating oatmeal all the time. And wise? No way am I wise. I'm just old. Alrighty, before I tell a lie, back to you, Stephen. WB8VMW.
Good morning, Jim. K4OG, in and out.
Good morning.
All right, thank you, Jim. We do appreciate that. I heard Mark in there, so I'll reach out to you in a second, unless you are in and out completely, but I'll give you a call in just a sec. So we're going to take some mobile short-time check-ins, mobile and short-time. If you've already heard your name on the list, we're going to get back to you, but we're going to take our first round of mobile and short-time check-ins. If you'd like to call, please call this morning. I'm using NetLogger, netlogger.org. If you're on NetLogger, look for the connected net named Barometer Net, W8WKY. All right, short-time mobile check-ins. Please let me know if you're short-time mobile or in and out. Check-ins for the Saturday morning Barometer Net. Please call using your call sign phonetically, then alphanumerically. Phonetically followed by alphanumerically helps me get it on the log a little bit better. Please call W8WKY. Short-time mobile, please call. All right, nothing heard. Looks like we got a good group of people. We're going to start down in Florida really quick, and we are going to start with W8JX and K8JX, Rod and Wendy, and K9LUCY. You are up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
Well, good morning there, Stefan, and to all on the Barometer Net this morning. This is W8JAX, Portable Pedestrian. Miss Wendy is with me.
Good morning, Stefan. This is K8JAX. We just had a little sprinkler shower we walked through here. They're running the sprinklers and got a little wet, but we're having a good morning down here in Jacksonville, and I hope you are as well. Have a great weekend, and thanks for taking the net.
Yeah, we got 73 degrees down here currently, under actually mostly cloudy skies, but boy, I'll tell you, the sunrise out over the Atlantic is absolutely beautiful. Pink this morning. Well, actually, it's sort of more of a deep red. But anyway, the ocean temperature's at 81, and the seas are quiet for the Atlantic, 2 to 3 foot. That's about as calm as it gets out there. And that's about it. So with that, I hope you have a great weekend there, Stefan, and I'll turn it back to you, and hopefully we'll talk again.
WAJAX and KAJX, we do appreciate you both for checking in with us. Thank you so much for that. And, yeah, good to hear about the weather down there. Weather up here, I don't know, we had some good weather yesterday, a little bit cool, but you know what, it was nice. Went to a Brunswick football game, so that was kind of nice. A friend of mine, he and his wife used to go there all the time, so he invited me. His wife is no longer available to go. She's sort of in a home, but I went with him, sat in their seats that they normally have, and it was a good game. And Brunswick won. So, anyways, before we see the rest of the group, I'll jump up there in 1 second. Let me see if Mark was actually in and out, or 73 K4OG. If you're there, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here. And then I'll start with Tom. All right, that must have been the big 73, as they say. All right, WAGXX, GXX, WAWKY. Tom, you were up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Morning, again, Stefan. And, yeah, we had a good early morning there. Group, and it was kind of good having Gary in there too. You have a great day. It'll be a nice one, and thanks for being there. And AWB WAGXX.
WAAGXX. Man, I'm tongue-tying all over the place. WAWKY. We do appreciate you, Tom, for being here. And, yeah, we'll talk to you soon. KPMI, WAWKY. Phil, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
NAW, this is K8PMI. Can you copy me okay? I'm sort of at the end of my string.
Yeah, fine. A little staticky, but heard everything you said. Go ahead.
All right, sounds good. Hopefully you're having a great day, and looks like we're in for a beautiful day. Just jumped into the car. I forgot my earbuds at work, so I'm going to pick those up and be in the yard and straightening up, and the grass is now green, so I'll be able to mow it, and hopefully I get everything done about 12 o'clock. Then it's football time, and then we'll go for a nice dinner. So, great weekend planned, and seeing the grandbaby on Sunday, so this is going to be an outstanding weekend. Hope everybody else has a great weekend. 73, everybody. This is K8PMI.
KPMI, WAWKY. We do appreciate you being here. Thank you, my friend. And, yeah, very cool. Good to hear that. So anybody who's listening to, I recorded the Amateur Radio Newsline this last week, actually Thursday, and it went up yesterday. Actually, it went up Thursday later in the evening. But episode 2,500, I was able 2500, not bad to be able to get that distinguished recording, so that's pretty cool. And then also, if you listen to the Amateur Radio Newsline, you'll hear the HOA thing. So if anybody wants to listen to that or haven't, that'll spread it out a little bit more about the HOA House bill that they're trying to get passed for antennas for amateur radio. So very cool. But anyways, good to hear you, my friend, and hope that everybody in your family is doing good too. And we're going to move over to KC8FQV W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. KC8FQV. All right, we had AACT. He was in and out, or he was going on a bike ride with his nephew. Now we're going to move over to K8SFS, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here.
Yeah, good to hear you, Stephanie. And that. We got 54 degrees here. A light fog out there. And you're going to get up to 78 degrees today. Oh, no rain in sight. That's good. And it feels like 54. And wind at 2 miles per hour southeast. Gas price is $3.03 to $3.04 all around Wadmer. And let me drop that for a bit. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of packing and that. They're saying I got too much stuff in my apartment and that. So I rented storage. I'm gonna. I've been putting things in the storage and that. And I don't want to move. You know. You know, all the hassle and everything. You know, and that. You know, but all of that going okay and everything. Everything. But that, I think I should have said short because I'm all tired out right now. So I'm going to give it back to you, Stephanie. You're right in the net good. Kia at 8, Sir Pabto, sir.
K8SFS, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. KD8SLG was on this morning, but he texted me in the AM window, said that he is going back to bed. They say if you put your ear on the train track, you can hear if a train is coming. Don't do that when the train is close. That's all I'm saying. But I think if you put your ear on the ground, you can hear Nick sleeping. It's probably a rumor. I'm just saying. I don't know that for sure. NITN, W8WKY, JJ, down there in Kingsport, Tennessee. If you're still here, my friend, you are up. It's great to have you here this morning.
Well, good morning to you. Good morning to all. Man, happy Saturday. Seems like it's been a very long week. And we're getting along pretty good this morning. About half asleep, half awake. For some reason, the coffee's just not working. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll turn it back over to you. This is N9TN.
W8WKY.
N9TN, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, JJ. Always good to hear you, my friend. Usually I get to hear you, and then when I try calling for you, you're not there, but this was a treat, so thank you for getting back to me. I do appreciate that. AC8AT, W8WKY, John. And it's always great to have you there, John. You're up, AC8AT.
Hey, good morning, Stefan. AC8AT here. I'm right in the middle of doing my walk, so I'm going to get back to it and try for number 20. Anyway, thanks for being there, and best of 73s. AC8AT.
AC8AT, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John. Please keep your walk up and keep that going. That's a great thing. K8MMY, W8WKY. Chris, you're up, my friend. It is a pleasure having you here.
Well, good morning. It's good to be heard. Sun's just coming up here, and so just getting ready for what's supposed to be a nice day. And it's really nice to finally have a day out of the past couple of weeks to just sit and relax and listen. KE8MMY.
KE8MMY, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much for always being here. I won't be at the Hamfest tomorrow. I'm going to be going to church because I probably won't make it tonight to church because I got to go out to jog to help my brother and see a friend of mine, John Krause, and his wife Cindy out there in Newberry as well, in Jaga. So, but Other than that, it should be a good morning. 88 ZSH, W8 WKY. I was thinking about you and the three dogs, Randy, and I got a dog. He's a little, what is he? I don't know. He's a little pooper. No, but his name is Bax, like Dick's dogs was. But he's a miniature schnauzer. But our neighbor moved in, brand new neighbor, husband, wife, and 2 little girls, and they have a little dachshund, and it's a beautiful little dog. And my brother had dachshunds, and so I kind of fell in love with them, although I've never gotten one. But my brother's dogs I really, really liked. But anyways, thought of you and the dogs near me and around me. So Randy, you're out, my friend. 88 ZSH. KD8 ZSH, if you're still there. All right, let's fly over to Oklahoma, K5, CFY, W8, WKY. Ray, you're out, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
W8, WKY, K5, CFY. Good morning, Stefan. Good to hear you on there. Thanks for getting me in there. Not much going on here. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend, but anyway, I'd like to invite everybody to the Barometer Net today. I think Mr. Nick is going to link your system up with the Barometer hub, and I've got the first hour, and Mr. Andy, AB8MO, has got the second hour, so I'd like to invite everybody to come and join us on the Barometer Net. With that, I'll give it back to you, Stefan. Always good to talk to you, my friend, and I'll say $73. K5 CFY.
K5 CFY W8 WKY. We do appreciate you always, Ray. It's great to hear your voice, and so glad that you guys keep that thing going, that boredom breaker. Very, very cool. Nice net. I've joined a couple times, and very cool. All right, we had W8JAX and K8JX Wendy and Rod, who were on our thing first, our net first. So we're going to move over to a new call that's new to me anyway. WB6BJN, WB6BJN, W8, WKY. Mark, another Mark. Now we got 4, 20 of them? I'm not sure. But anyways, another Mark is good. You are out, my friend. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. I didn't catch your name. Give me your name there again, please.
Well, my call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo, N8WB, and my name is Stefan, but it's spelled Sierra Tango Echo Papa Hotel Echo November. So everybody looks at it and they go, Stephen, and I go, no, Stefan. They go, Stephen, and I go, no, Stefan. And I say, look, I solve it the quickest way. And that is, you can call me anything you want me to. Just make sure it's correct on the check. Send it back to you, Mark.
You can call me anything you want as long as it's not late for dinner. Okay, Stefan, real good. Hey, good morning, sir. Great to hear from you, WB6BJN. And I'm going to give my conditions and a bit of a synopsis of the weather here. Let me get over here to the right place. I didn't have my stuff up. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 29.93.3 on the barometer is steady. 55.4 degrees chilly this morning. And 55 on the dew point. Humidity 99%, so it got cooler. A lot of good radiational cooling this morning. Last lightning strike was 2 days ago. And calm winds, clear skies. No rain today. and no rain yesterday. I think the rain is over for about a week here, it looks like. So the sun hasn't come up yet, and so it's still pretty dark, but it's just starting to get light here. All right, little synopsis of what's going on. If you want rain, go to California. I kid you not. There's a system that's going to move into California that could bring some rain coming out of the Gulf of Alaska. It could connect up with some tropical moisture, and there could actually be some rain from that system. Very early for rain. Usually doesn't happen until the end of October. I know I used to live there, so strange stuff going on in California. The rest of the nation, the Rockies, they're going to get in the New Mexico, Arizona, going to get some rain. But the end of the monsoon season is happening, so fall is taking over, and so drier air and high pressure moving in there, that will put an end to the monsoon season as they know it, they think. So that's a good deal. The rest of the nation, pressure is moving in and is going to protect the middle of the nation. Parts of the Carolinas could very well be affected by what could be tropical storm or Hurricane Imelda. The good news there is that it's not developing very strong and very fast, and it's moving slower than first expected, and that will give Humberto a chance to kind of catch up. And if that happens, that could force it to stay out to sea a little bit. There's two scenarios there. One that says it could come onshore the Carolinas on Monday and Tuesday, and that's still possible, but there's also the possibility that high pressure from Canada plus the slower movement and the other storm catching up could force it back out to sea. So let's hope that second scenario is the more likely one. But people need to stay on guard and pay attention if you're in the Carolinas, because there is a likelihood that there could be some strong winds and heavy rain at the first of the week. Next chance of rain for the Midwest and Mid-South could be next weekend as high pressure could start to break down. Looks like a pretty dry week ahead, though, for much of the middle of the nation and points eastward with the exception of where the tropical storm or hurricane could develop. Stefan, back over there to you. That's pretty much the synopsis. WB6DJ.
WB6BJN, Mark, we do appreciate that, W8WKY. Thank you so much for sharing, and yeah, not a problem. Thank you for all the information. Very nice, very detailed. Yeah, send me a letter or an email anytime you want. It's very easy. My call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo, and I have many email addresses, but amongst them to get people in to my circle is nawb@nawb.com. So nawb@nawb.com. So anyways, thank you. Really do appreciate that. I'm going to run and see if Mark is listening right now because he's been texting me in the window, said he's driving. KC8FQV, W8WKY. If you're still listening, Mark, you're up. It's great to have you here.
Oh, no, Stephen, I said I must have been drifting because I fell asleep when you called. So I looked at the net logger as well. So, yep, not much here happening, but I will go to the Ham Fest tomorrow morning over in Berea. They're going to use that in the Berea Fairgrounds over in Eastland Road. But, yeah, I was mowing yesterday, and I think I'm going to go out and do some of that again today. Finish it up. I'll try to finish it. And then tomorrow I'll go to the Ham Fest, and I'll go over to Cedar Point for the afternoon. Yeah, we have to get them days in, because before we know it, they'll be closed. Then there's a Ham Fest in Ashland on the 12th. So I'll do that one. I'll go down. I got sort of days pegged out now. That one will be the 12th. Now I think I might run down to Cincinnati. There's a family-owned amusement park down there called Stricker Grove. So if I'm an hour into a drive down there, I might go down there. Then I'll go down to Kings Island a week after or 2 weeks after for another event. But yeah, this weather is back to nice weather. So yeah, I was even thinking, I should fire the furnace and just see if it will start. But I don't know. Well, this is a brand new furnace, a year old or 2 years old now, I think. So it should be good to go. And yesterday I was out in the yard looking for the cat, and I looked at the cap at the oil tank. I said, I should take the rod and drop it in there and see what we do have. But I don't think I have to really, because they filled it in like April, and that was just about the heating season was done. So, yeah, that time of year, Stefan. So, I was going to ask you, Stefan, do you ever ask the people that come into the test when they do them, they take an exam that are newbies, how they got their, well, not interested, but how they got themselves prepped to, do they go to a group and had a class, or if they did it on their own, if they looked at YouTube, if they did a Zoom sessions, because there are some people that when they check into the net, into whatever, I don't care which net it is, they say, they think they hear the power and the output the repeater has. So let's send it back to net, KSFQV.
KC8FQB W8WKY. That question never comes up during an exam. Usually they're so excited to, and kind of a little bit excited, a little bit peckish, not hungry peckish, but, a little bit nervous, and so never really ask that question unless they want to provide information afterwards. And for the most part, everybody's hungry right after the test or heading home because they're so excited that they got their license, especially if it's a new person who's a new tech. One of the guys that got his license from Arts, his first tech license, in August, our August session, Doug, KF8ESF. He's now become a good friend of mine, and he set up a gangbuster station. I know because I helped him. He allowed me to get up on the 50-foot lift and do some stuff for him and with him, and during the time that he set it up. So he's got a nice VHF, UHF, and HF station set up. And then he went gangbusters and bought all kinds of really cool amateur radio stuff. So very cool person, good place that he's got it out there near Wellington, and all flat land, beautiful, and his house is very tall, so off the chimney, so very cool, good thing. But yeah, that never usually comes up, but you know what, they're so excited, I usually probably don't even ask. Maybe in the future I will. Most are probably self-taught, though. I think there's only 1 or 2 classes in our area, self-taught through a book, or well, that's even self-taught if you're in a book, you're reading a book and you're teaching yourself. K8MNT W8WKY. Tom, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning.
W8WKY, this is KA8MNT. Good morning, Stefan, and everybody else that is on the net. Well, it's really starting to get light out there now, which is good. That way I can see where I'm going. Let's see, we're starting off with 57 degrees this morning, and no wind or rain since midnight. And let me see here, we're at 29.95 on the barometer, and today's high is 80 degrees, partly cloudy, with a 3% chance of rain. So if your yard's dried out enough and it needs cut, today would be a good way to do it. It's time to do it. Oh, let's see. As I stated earlier, there's the kind of starting to move around here a little bit and getting ready to start gathering stuff up for winter. So we've got that to look forward to here in about a month. What else is there? That's about it. There's really nothing else going on. So I'm going to grab a quick nickel. K8MNT back. Let's see. On her first day at the retirement home, the new manager addressed all the seniors, highlighting her most important rule. The female sleeping quarters will be out of bounds for all males, and likewise the male dormitory will be out of bounds to the females. Anybody caught breaking this rule will be fined $20 the first time, $60 for the second time, and $180 for the third time. Are there any questions? Well, at the back of the room, an older lady raised her hand and then stood up and said, "How much is it for a season ticket?" And with that, I'm going to say 7 threes, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango. Turn everything over to our Saturday NCO W8. No, that's not right. N8WB, also known as W8WKY.
K8MNT W8WKY. Thank you for that season ticket joke. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm still stuck on the one. That's funny, actually. I'm still stuck on the one you told me about the grandmother joke that I had you repeat at one of the meetings recently. But your grandmother turned 100. That's the last time I go with her to a bingo game when she's late. Oh, Tom, always right on top of it. All right, we'll move it over to KB8LJ, W8WKY. Charles, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today. And I think we are just, let me just double check that because it's always a happy time. Nope, not next week. It's a week after that we have the Norris Luncheon. But you're up, my friends. Great to have you.
W8 WKY from KB8LJ. Well, I'll start off by offering an addendum to the great weather report that we got there a little bit earlier. The weather is still warm and sunny here in the Cleveland area, and we've maybe gotten to about the 1% point at best of having the leaves come down, and there are almost no fall colors yet, thanks to the residual warmth from Lake Erie. And that will change soon. So the other thing that I'm thinking about, and I've been to a significant degree contemplating the project of mowing the lawn today. That project is still in the conceptualization stage, and it remains to be seen whether I can push it over the top into the form of pragmatic and concrete action. So, KB8LJ, back to net.
KB8LJ, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. Thank you, Charles, and I'll see you in like 2 weeks for the Norris Luncheon. That'll be good. It's always good to see people during the Norris Luncheon. So, anyways, I am at the bottom of my list, and by the way, K4OG did check in, said 73 to Ron. I did not hear him when I called for him, nor did I hear KD8ZSH, but if either one of those, KD8ZSH or K4OG, want to check back in and salute, I am willing to take your check-ins. All you got to do is recheck, or anybody on the net. If you have something else to say, just give me a recheck. That's it. All right, bottom of the list. We're taking some more check-ins. This is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Saturday Barometer Net. So if you're listening, we're glad you're listening. But if you'd like to talk and you have an amateur radio license which gives you those privileges, please do so. The frequency here of 147.390, as you know, with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. So if you're listening, don't know what the PL is, that's it. Plug it in. Get on. We'd love to hear you. So I'm taking check-ins. Please give me your call sign. Phonetically, immediately followed alphanumerically. Helps me get you on the log a little bit better with my ears. Phonetically followed by alphanumerically. And let me know if you are short time, mobile, or in and out. And we will move this net on. So anybody that would like to check in, please call W8WKY. And thank you to all of our listeners.
This is Kilo Charlie 1, Victor Quebec Sierra, KC1 VQS, Paul in Maine.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KG8 PLB.
Whiskey 2, Juliet Lima Sierra, John W2 JLS, out here in Fairlawn.
Kilo Echo 8, Uniform Kilo Zulu, that's KE8 UKZ, this is Alan over in Cuyahoga Falls.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, good group of check-ins. I'll read off who I got. KC1 BQS Paul, KE8 TLB Randy, W2 JLS John, KE8 UKZ Allen. Are there any other check-ins for short time or mobile or in and out? Please give me a call. All right, nothing heard. We're going to move over to KC1 VQS W8 WKY. Paul, in Maine, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
Good morning, Stefan, and everyone on the net. We're starting off our day at 53 degrees, and it's supposed to top out at 70. Very clear, sunny skies, a beautiful morning. It's really nice out. I watched the sunrise, and it was very pretty this morning. So we have a great weekend ahead. It's a little warmer tomorrow, but it looks like a great weekend. We got a little rain the other day, which we need desperately, and we could use some more, but we'll enjoy the sunshine this weekend for sure. And we have a wedding today. It's an outdoor wedding. And behind the setting of it is all this fall foliage. It's going to be really pretty, I think. So we're going to enjoy the weekend, and I'll send it back to you, Stefan, at Net Control. This is KC1 BQS.
KC1 VQS W8 WKY. We do appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you so much for that. My apologies. I bumped something. That's why you heard that little bit of static in there. My apologies. So in Maine, like I said to you once before, I really appreciate the contacts. We do appreciate you always checking in. And amongst my favorite shows was, like I said once before, was DownEast Dickering and up there in Maine. And then also Jacob Knowles, the lobster fisherman who posts everything. I love to go on Jacob's fishing boat sometime and and fish for lobster with them. I know it's hard work and all that, but you know what? That just looks so interesting to me, and I've done some hard work before, so that's pretty cool. Good to where you're at. Great that you're in Maine. Very nice place to be. KEA-TLV, W8WKY, Randy. It's great to have you here, my friend. Randy is really close friend. We text each other almost every morning, and I'm very blessed to get dinner at their house on Thursdays right before the Sarah meeting. So, Randy, you're up. Hope you're having a great day, and it's good to have you.
Hey, good morning, brother. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful Saturday morning. Man, I got Mr. Desmond sitting here on my lap, and Stephen, we're heading up to Home Depot, get a couple things. I like getting up early in the morning and going to Home Depot. It's always fun. So, yeah, just going to hang out in the garage today, and yeah, I'll be around all day, Steph, if you want to bring your car over and let me wash it up for you. But I hope everyone has a great weekend, and God bless everyone. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, 73, and God bless everyone.
KEA-TLB, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Randy. Thank you so much for the kind words. And, yeah, crack the windows when you go to Home Depot so that way he has a way to breathe. Hold on. Man, I had to sneeze. Man. So, anyways, yeah, keep the windows cracked, you know, for Desmond. Desmond's a nice little dog. Wears a bow tie all the time. Nice little dog. Has a bow tie collar. Cutest little thing. So, anyways, great to hear you. Love to take you up on the offer for the car wash. Unfortunately, my brother always gets in touch with me at the last second, and I do love him. And they have a property down in Jaga, and he wants to do some heavy cutting. I have another friend up there, John Krause, who has one of those DR looks like a hedgehog that you pull behind a tractor, but it's got a motor on it and push it forwards. So we're supposed to be ripping all the stuff around his barn today, so because he's got a big growth down there, and he hasn't addressed it in a long time. So we'll see what happens. So if you don't hear from me, it's because a gopher got me. Not a golfer, a gopher. W2JLS, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
W8WKY.
November 8, Whiskey Bravo, Mr. Kinford. Good morning on your ears, sir, to you and all the listeners. Down in the radio room, I've actually got my headset on today. I haven't been using this much in the last 2 years, but the last week I've pulled it out of mothballs, and I think it's the ProStat 7 or 6, I'm not sure. I'm getting that mixed up with an instrument at work. It's, what the hell is this? Hold on. Yeah, it's my Heil Pro 7, the set. Anyway, I'm down in the radio room, so I'll give a quick weather report from here. I've got 61.2 degrees Fahrenheit, and it looks like on the Word and Works barometer on the wall, I've got about 29 mark 9.4. 29.94. So that lands squarely in the middle of the fair. So I suspect when I walk out the door, it's going to be a nice day, as it has been kind of broadcast already here by some of our fellows. What have I got? I was going to mention that gentleman up in Maine there. This time of year, I haven't been in Maine very much, but when I have, I found it an impressive state. I liked all the pine trees, at least on the patch I was driving through. And also this time of year, I remember thinking the blueberries were just amazing. They had these gigantic, fresh, delicious blueberries. That was kind of nice. So I bet that guy up there in Maine, sorry, I don't remember your name or call, but you probably aren't far from a handful of wonderful blueberries. I'd put that in my Greek yogurt this morning if I were up there, and maybe some granola or something over the top. Anyway, I'm down here in the radio room taking a look at what I'm on the hook for academically this weekend. nearing the end of my final term of this latest degree program, and it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, trying to figure out what to do next. Anyway, I will mow the lawn today. It's been probably more than a month, and it's been so dry, but it's getting, so I've got the fresh set of leaves, the first fall, sitting on it, so I could probably mulch those up too. W2JLS, passing it back. Thanks for having me, Stefan.
W2JLS, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John. Thank you so much for always being here. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, that is KC1VQS. KC1VQS, Paul, up there in Maine. And, yeah, I think Maine's a great place. I mean, I've never been there. I have friends that have been there, and they've had all the delicacies of Maine. There's a restaurant in Medina, and it's called Jane's Diner. I love that place. It's right off the square. And Jane's Diner has a pancake that's like the grandmother made the German pancakes, but on theirs, they put fruit. So they put like strawberries and apples and blueberries, and lately they've had blueberries as big as baseballs. I kid you not. They're not that big, but they're big. They're about the size of a big marble. I've never seen blueberries that big. So I understand what you're saying when you said about the blueberries. So very, very cool. And they're really fresh. So if you never get a chance, go up to Jane's Diner right there. It's not an ad. I'm not hawking them. I'm merely saying great restaurant, great people, good food. So right there off the square. K8 UKZ W8 WKY. Alan, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning.
Yeah, you got Kilo Echo 8 Uniform Kilo Zulu. This is Alan. My wife and I are getting ready to go down in the valley, see the Akron Marathon come through. That's always kind of fun. And speaking of blueberries, yeah, I'm a blueberry fan too. Yesterday we were up at Trader Joe's up around Solon, up around that area, and Woodmeyer, I believe, and they had those blueberries up there on sale. They're about the size of like you say, a big marble in there. I've never seen blueberries that big, but that might be a place if you want to get some blueberries. That might be a place to find them. So it looks like we're going to have a beautiful day right now. It's 57 degrees at where I'm at, and sun's coming up. It looks like a beautiful sunrise. So 7-3 to all, and we'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.
K8 UKZ W8 WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Alan. Well, if you're going up there, one of my favorite places down in the valley is George's Restaurant. Iamitas, or forgot what the name of it is, but it's George's. And they got great food down there. I love going down there. And I wasn't able, very blessed to work the marathon twice. First time I was stationed right across the street from the downtown Akron Library. The second time I was stationed, I believe that was last year, I was stationed just down from the Stan Hewitt Hall, just like 2 blocks down. I actually parked my car at Stan Hewitt. So very, very cool. Good marathon. Got a good friend of mine, Ben Slua. He's running today. His family's going to be rooting him on, his wife and his 2 sons, 2 young sons. And he's a neighbor right next to our own WE8WIZ, Bob. Ben, Bob, and I get together on Friday nights, sit around and try not to tell lies, and sometimes have a nice beverage and a nice cigar. So we'll see. But anyways, I am at the bottom of my list. Do appreciate that. You checking in, Alan? So I'm at the bottom of my list. Anybody that wants to check it. This is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Barometer Net. We got 7:50 on the clock. W8CTM is out there in the bullpen getting ready to close us down. But before we do that, let's take another round of check-ins and see what we find. If you'd like to check in this morning, please give me your call sign phonetically, followed by alphanumerically. Phonetically, followed by alphanumerically. Helps me get you on the log. Also, let me know if you are short-time mobile or in and out. Short-time mobile or in and out, or however you'd like to do that. And thank you to all of our listeners. Check-ins. Please call W8WKY. And good morning, again, like I said, to all of our listeners.
N8
NAWB, Whiskey 8 Tango Delta, W8TD. John in Wadsworth.
KE8 UIB Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo. John, also mobile.
N8 YMY. John, mobile.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Romeo Zulu, Terry in Ellenboro, West Virginia, KF8 ERZ.
All right, let me pick it up there. We had W8TD, John, K8UIB, John, N8YMY, wait for it, John, KF8ERZ, and I didn't hear your name, but that's okay, I'll get you in just 1 second, don't worry about that. And if that was it, that's cool. If not, if there's anybody else who wants to check in on this round, just please give me a call. Phonetically, alphanumerically, if you could, your call sign. Anyone else, please, I'll throw you on the list real quick.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Papa KF8 DTP Lori Mobile.
All right, let me pick it up there. We threw KF8 DTP Lori on the list as well. So we're going to move up to the first of our Johns, W8 TD W8 WKY. John, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning.
Morning, Stephen. NAWB in the net. W8TD. Not a lot to report. Although I did actually get the office on the air yesterday. I've been plotting and scheming ways to get some antenna hookups run into the office, since that's where I tend to sit all day. And I never ever go out to the shack where all the good gear is. I finally decided it would be easier to do some network work than to run a bunch of feed lines. So I can link my office network to my home network now if I want to. And if I do that, I gain access to the FlexRadio that's in the shack. So I can use my primary radio with my primary antennas as though I were in the shack, but I'm in the office. So the only reason I couldn't do that before was the networks weren't shared, and I'm too lazy to set up port forwarding to get in from outside to get to the radio. So I've got all the voice modes working, sideband, AM, FM, all the digital communications modes, Radio FT8, and all that stuff. What I don't have is the mode that I'm more worried about, and that's CW. My PC does not have a key jack on it, obviously. And I just never addressed this before, but I need to come up with a way that I can key the Flex from remotely. And Flex did not include that. Did not include that capability in the standard configuration. I'm tempted to pretend it's a KWM2 and just inject a kilohertz tone into the audio, which is how the KWM2 generates CW. Or I'll think of something else. I don't know. I can tell you the Flex will let me generate CW with a keyboard, but it won't let me generate it with a key or a paddle. So that's the only remaining hurdle. But I'm on the air. Made a couple of contacts just to prove it worked. NAWB in the net. W8TD.
W8TD, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, John. Yeah, if you go and look on the Flex Radio page or give it a quick Google for CW remote program. There actually is an entity out there for the Flex Radio that I saw. I didn't have a chance to give it much research, but I did see something, and one guy said this program ticks all his boxes. So he did say there was a couple caveats to it, but if you look up on our CW remote program for Flex Radio, probably find the same thing I did. See if that helps you out. Just looking at the 7300, I'm thinking about selling my 73, which was the original, for a reduced price. I wouldn't mind either getting the new 7300 or the 7600, but the 7300 new one comes with an HDMI port, so you can see the whole thing on the screen like some of the radios do on a monitor. And it also comes with a network port, and it also comes with a CW decoder on it. So kind of neat to have the new 7300. Why didn't they do that in the beginning? Yeah, that's what you always wonder. So they can make a little more money, I guess. Not faulting them. Hey, you know, it's not bad. If you can do that, no problem. K8UIB, W8WKY. Another John. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you here.
NAWB from K8UIB. Good morning, Steph, and everybody out there in the net. Get to check in on this super Saturday morning here, and Lori and I are headed out to Dover for the Swift Fest, and so we just hit the Bell Store here, about to run in, get some coffee, and then journey on a little bit more that way. So figured we drop in on the net, say good morning, and Saturdays, you know, Saturdays have been Saturdays here lately, that's for sure, and but hey, it's great stuff. It's great to jump in.
To Bravo Victor 5 Delta
4, 6, 6, 9, 9, space 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 0, 0, space 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 9, 6.
Oh, what's that? Okay. I was scheduled to connect up to somewhere.
All right, K8UIB, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John, for checking this in. And by the way, I haven't dropped I know we got this is the last day for the Sarah sales, W8WKY, for apparel. So, and I want to throw in one of those Carhartt black vests. So I want to throw that in today real quick before the sale disappears tomorrow. Or tonight, depending on if they give us tomorrow, too, to buy on the 28th. He said it was the last day. But anyways, that being said, the Carhartt black with my call sign and name, I think I'm going to pick that one up because I do have vests. I got two from the previous sales, and I want to get one of the Carhartts. Since it's fall, and those are always going to be a little bit warmer, have a set of Carhartts not vested, but I think that would be really cool. Keep your arms cool, but your center core warm. So very cool, my friend. N8YMY, W8WKY. John, you are up, my friend. A third John. And I believe you're heading to the Ball Diamond, if I'm not mistaken. Good to see you at Thursday's meeting, by the way.
N8YMY. Yeah, I'm mobile. I'm getting a late start this morning. The games don't start till noon, so I'll probably go in about 11. So I am headed to breakfast. I think I'm going to go see if my 10-year-old granddaughter wants to go have breakfast with Papa this morning, and I'm not used to all this time before I go to work, so I'm kind of like lost out here. Going across Route 30 right now, headed over towards Perry Township. So, Stephen, you have a great day, and it looks like it's going to be a great day. So, with that, we'll say 7-3s, N8YMY out mobile, EchoLink, 7-3.
NAYMY, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John. Like I said, great to see you in this last Thursday's meeting. Working out there at the Munson Field. Very nice, very nice. Great ball player. Sad ending. Very, very great ball player for New York Yankees. But, yeah, I've actually been to his grave. And it's interesting what people leave there on the top of his tombstone, just like they do for the player from the Indians. Well, it wasn't Indians. It was the Spiders, I believe. That was only baseball player to be killed in a baseball game for the Cleveland Spiders. And they always put baseballs and everything on their tombstones. Kind of interesting. KF8ERZ W8WKY. Terry, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning.
W8WKY is KF80RZ. Good morning, Stefan, and everybody on the net. It's a pleasure to be with y'all this morning. I appreciate you taking my check-in, and it looks like it's going to be a nice day here in West Virginia. I got 60 degrees so far, so it's going to be warming up a little bit. But, I got to head to work soon, but this wasn't an early day, so it gave me a chance to get in and check in and listen in on the net. So you're doing a good job with the net, Stefan, and I appreciate everybody on there. And so with that, I don't have too much else to add. I just want to say 73 to everybody on the net, and everyone have a wonderful day, and God bless. This is KF8ERZ.
KF8ERZ, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. Yeah, a good friend of mine, I went to the Brunswick High School game with us yesterday, and he was happy to tell me during the game or after when we went to Winking Lizard to get some food and a beverage that his granddaughter got together with him to play trivia this week. And the reason I would bring that up is because she is moving with her fiance, who actually lives down in West Virginia, but she's moving down there to be with him permanently, and then they'll get married, I guess, something like that. Not necessarily the order that I would do it in, but I'm just saying. But very, very cool. So, yeah, we got several people. Brandy's got a connection, KE8TLB down there in West Virginia, and that's where my uncle was from. My uncle Gary Farmer was from down in West Virginia. Then he found an Ohio woman and moved up here, and he didn't shun West Virginia. He just forgot where it was. Well, what happened was his mother moved up there with his father to Ohio, so he didn't have too many connections down there anymore. But anyways, he passed a few years back, and I loved my Uncle Gary. He was a good man. Taught me a lot out there in Ashtabula, where I was born in Geneva, not far. All right, appreciate the check-in down there in West Virginia, my friend. Thank you so much. Please check in anytime. KF8, DTP, W8WKY. Lori, I'll bet you're probably really, really close to KE8UIB, our first John check-in. It's great to have you here, Lori.
W8WKY from KF8 DTP. Yep, he's coming right back to the truck now with our coffees, and we are on the road headed to the Swiss Fest. So, if you're not doing anything today, come on down to the Swiss Fest, everybody. But with that, this is KF8 DTP clear.
W8WKY.
All right, before you clear. Let everybody know where the Swiss Fest is. It's interesting. I kind of got a busy day, but boy, that would be nice to do. But let us know where it's at. Give us a quick rundown.
It is located in Dover, Sugar Creek, Ohio. It's about 38 minutes away from Massillon. I don't know the exact address. I'm so sorry. But it's in Sugar Creek, Ohio.
All right, Roger. Yeah, we go to a really nice restaurant in Sugar Creek, and it's right at the corner of a real tight street. It's got a huge parking lot. I always forget the name of it, but it's a nice restaurant in there. All those restaurants down that way are really, really nice down there in Amish country. Very, very cool. Especially love the, I'm into leather works and stuff like that, making stuff with leather, so that leather store that's down there is very, very nice as well. All right, I'm at the bottom of my list, and we're almost done because I'm going to send it over to Carrie. But before we pull that switch, I'm just going to say one more time, this is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Saturday Barometer Net, and this is my last call. Last call. You've heard that saying if you went to bars, but last call. I didn't hear it that much, but I didn't hang out at bars, but I was there a couple times with friends. Last call for check-ins for the W8WKY repeater morning net, and if you'd like to call, please give me your call sign phonetically, alphanumerically. Phonetically, it's followed by alphanumerically. Throw in your name, and also if you are short-time mobile or in and out, please give me a call if you'd like to check in. W8WKY. Thank you to all of our listeners as well. Last call. All right, let me pick it up there. Apparently, Carrie, we got everyone. Like everyone. I think we did good, so it was a good net this morning. It's always good hearing Carrie's voice, but it's always sad hearing Carrie's voice because he's the one that tells us our net is over for the morning and everybody can go out and play at the Swiss Fest or at any of the Ham Fests that might be around. Well, that's not until tomorrow at the Berea one, but so Carrie's always the happy one we hear, the happy voice, but he's always closing us down. So, Carrie, W8CTM, W8WKY, you're up, my friend. It is always good to hear you.
Good morning, Stefan, and good morning to all the check-ins and listeners out there on this super Saturday morning. Boy, it's going to be a nice day, a nice weekend. It's going to be a good weekend, and next week is going to follow right along with the weekend, it looks like. It's going to be some good weather for the end of September here, so everybody enjoy it. Well, today I have our neighborhood gets together and we have a cookout, so that's going to be this afternoon, so that'll be a good time. It always is, and get to see all the neighbors. I see most of them on my e-trike when I'm out riding. I spend more time visiting than I do riding some days, so that's a good thing too. Anyway, I really don't have anything else this morning other than I do want to ask everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, and do a random act of kindness. That's always a good thing to do there. Put a smile on somebody's face and put a smile on your own face at the same time. So that's always a good thing to do. Well, with that, I'll just say 73. This is W8CTM, Carrie at Portage Lakes. Everybody have a super Saturday and a great weekend, and we'll do this again Monday morning. So with that, 73 all, and back to NAWB, Stefan, you can wrap it up and ship it out, I guess, or whatever you want to do with it. Everybody have a great day, and over to you, Stefan, to wrap it up.
W8CTM, W8WKY, November 8, Whiskey Bravo, my personal call sign. We do appreciate you, Carrie. It's always great hearing you. It's even greater seeing you, like when you came to the picnic. So that's few and far between, but always when we see your face, it's always a good thing. Carrie's one of the first people that I ever contacted on the radio. I've said that many times when I first got my license many years ago. I was out there in Portage Lakes because at that time I had friends that lived out there, and they moved in 2020 down back to where they came from, West Virginia. I'm sorry, not West. I was just thinking West Virginia earlier. Back to New Jersey. So when I was out there, and Bob got his license too with me at the Sarah Group, the club that I'm broadcasting with right now, and his call sign is KD8 LIV. Mine was KD8 LIT, my first one. And we got it because of his brother, N2CYY, who lives in Jersey, Lou Janisek. And Lou is a good friend of mine as well. So Lou and I just talked this week. But thank you so much, Carrie, for all that you do. We do appreciate that and all that you help us out with. Thanks to everyone who participated in today's net. Don't forget, they always have breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. Also, don't forget that tomorrow is the Cleveland Ham Fest down in Berea, at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds in Berea. So if you look that up, you can Google that, and that is always a good ham fest. I haven't gone in many, many years. I went a few years ago, and I'm tied up tomorrow, and I might have went, but because I found out that Doug, our new ham, KF8 ESF, is going down there with some ham buddies of his, and I would have gone down there to see him and hang out with him, but I think I'm going to be going to church tomorrow because I'm going to be out of church tonight. So, long story short, one sec. At this time, we'll close the net with 29 check-ins. 29 check-ins. Thank you to every single person who checks into our net. Thank you to all of our friends and those that just listen. We appreciate it. And if you're listening and you want to get your license and you've already studied or you're starting to study, we have a VE session that's coming up next Saturday. Next Saturday is our VE session, and that is at the Rittman Fire Department. All that information is available on the w8wky.org website. W8wky.org. W8wky.org. In case I screwed that up. I was thinking of Bob. WE8WIC. So my apologies for that. Long story short, if you'd like to check in, you could go up there, sign up for the test. There is a space, and we got a whole bunch of our VEs who are now on, I believe 12 of us now, are on the exam tools. So if not this coming one, the December one will absolutely be an exam tool session, which the page will change a little bit, but not the location you're taking your exam or anything like that. So that being said, appreciate all of you. This repeater is returned to normal amateur use. November 8 Whiskey Bravo and W8 WKY are both clear. 73, my friends. Be safe and be careful wherever you're at. And have a great day. And we will see you next Saturday at the exam session if you'd like to be there. And upgrade or get you a new tech license. 73, my friends. November 8 Whiskey Bravo clear.
KCLQ, I just say one quick comment. Churches every weekend and ham fests are once in a great moon now in the area. Once in a great while. KCLQV.
Yep, but God is forever. November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Thanks, my friend. I do appreciate that.
Any WB, W8TD.
W8TD, W8WKY. I'm sorry, November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Go ahead, my friend.
Hi, Stephen. I just thought I'd better check. I don't see it on my calendar. Did I commit to the exam session next weekend?
No, you did not. I have not sent out the email. Only reason being is I don't have anybody signed up yet. So we're going to see, and then I'll sign up. And I know I got myself if I need to, and I just need to get 2 others. But I haven't sent anybody out. We're kind of changing the rules a little bit, only because of the location that we're at. So we have to be cognizant of what we test or what we don't test there. If we have people or don't have people, because of the emergency situation that could pop up at any time. So we're trying to be as good as we can, and so if I get someone to sign up this week, I will post that and get some VEs. Otherwise, I don't want people to commit and then drive there for no reason at all. Like I said, we're trying to follow some rules. Maybe we'll see how the sessions go moving forward, and we'll move from there. But thanks for reaching out and checking. So keep an eye on the emails, and if you see it, you should be good. And you are one of those that I did sign up on the exam tools, as you saw. So thank you for doing that as well. November 8 Whiskey Bravo, back to W8TD.
Okay, well, that explains why I don't remember committing. We didn't do that yet. One other question. Are we going to bring... Well, I imagine you'll explain all that when you put the sign out up. But if we're supposed to bring laptops with us, I'm going to have to get make sure that mine is set up properly for exam tools. I've never used it with that.
Well, at the last meeting, I made an announcement that we are for sure going in December, but we are not there yet. But should we need that, Jason has just purchased for the club for what do they call them? Kindle Fires. So with keyboards and everything. So if we need that, we can access those, and those will go to exam tools, and we can have our 3 VEs use those. Well, 3 VEs and 1 we'll have out on the desk for students to come up to sign, and they can sign with their finger on the screen if they pass. So yes, haven't made all that information available yet because I don't think we're going to be doing exam tools. Just when I said that our December one, we are fully going to exam tools. We have enough people signed up on the list, so yeah, don't worry about that right now. If there is a change, I'll let people know, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But I appreciate that. W8TD, November 8 Whiskey Bravo.
All Okay then, fine business. Okay, we'll talk. Have a weekend. It's tax day for me. I wasn't here in the spring. I never got my taxes done. So I need to spend today digging through, trying to come up with all my deductions from last year. So I wasn't being very careful about tracking expenses. And now I'm going to need to to have them, or else I'm going to pay taxes on money that I don't have, that I didn't keep, and instead spent. NAWB, WATD, 73.